I've always wondered, is life actually short? Or are we just complaining that it ends eventually? If the average lifespan in the future increased from 78 years to 780, would we still complain? I've never been able to answer that question. And I actually thought there wasn't an answer until I met Kareem. Kareem was born 10 months ago. It's been the single most important thing to ever happen to me. And like most life-defining things, it's put a lot into perspective, like the fact that life really is short. I only get 52 weekends with him before he's one. The Tooth Fairy will visit us only 20 times. If kids believe in Santa from ages 3 and 10, then we will only get to experience it 8 times. 8. 8 is not a lot of something. Think about only having 8 almonds or 8 books on a shelf to choose from. That quantity is definitely limited. What's worse is that most of my special moments with him aren't 8 or 5 or even 3, but just 1. The first time he crawls, the first time he walks, the first time he talks. It will happen and then it's over. There's no going back. He is a visual representation of the relentless march of time. We take our time for granted because with most things, the change is so slow that we are tricked into thinking it isn't happening, that life isn't short, and we forget that we won't live forever. But what makes life even shorter is the fact that the lives of the people we care about are short too. Often, shorter than we'd ever like to admit. After all, they've always been there. So I trick myself into thinking they always will. Until they aren't. I don't mean to be morbid, but instead this is a call to action. Life is short. Let's not put off those things that matter any longer. And more importantly, let's cut out the bullshit. All those things that don't make us happy, things we buy that we can't afford to impress people we hate, the drugs, the booze, and the toxic relationships. Here's a neat trick to separate the bullshit from what really matters. Bullshit has a peak of seeming to matter, but the area under the curve is small. Stuff that matters, on the other hand, won't subside with time, but instead will compound. Things like relationships, meaningful work, health. The really cool thing about stuff that matters versus the bullshit is that, unlike bullshit, the things that matter lengthen life. Because how you live determines how long you live. Cultivate a habit of impatience about the things that you really want to do. Don't wait to write that book, to ask that girl out, or visit your mother. Just do it. The great thing about having a kid is that he makes the decision to do the thing that matters for me and gives me no chance to wait. When he demands my attention, I am forced to put away the bullshit, and 10 times out of 10, I am the better for it. Because life is just too short to be doing anything else. Thank you. No, you can't eat it.